Today, we are going to do a feminine energy assessment. I love you, and I say this with so much love and care for you. I'm your big sister, so let's get into it. Let's do a feminine energy assessment. I wanted to do this video, and really it's been it's a little bit nerve-wracking because please don't come after me. And if you do and you're triggered, you know what? That's okay. So this is a bit of a difficult subject to talk about, but I'm going to do it anyway. It needs to be said. It needs to be heard. You are a woman. You are so worthy. You need to realize, see, feel, know your worth. Again, I say this with so much love and care, otherwise I wouldn't tell you. So I had someone reach out to me this week, and I was pretty disturbed by something that they said. And this has continuously been something that I have wanted to talk about, and I did talk about it in another video. Maybe not as explicit, but I'm going to do it here today. Something that will drain and deplete you of your feminine energy so quickly, so I don't even really want to know. I don't know what word to use, but allowing a man, allowing a guy to drain you of your feminine energy is so depleting for you, for your nervous system, for everything about you. I really want to stress that anything for his pleasure, and I say this with so much love, but I say it with so much honesty, and I say it with so much intention. You are so much more worthy than that. And you deserve to look at yourself, take an assessment of who you are, of what you're doing, of what you see yourself as, and really take this so seriously. What the person said was so disturbing to me, because it wasn't just one woman, two women, three women. They mentioned several women, and I thought to myself, I don't want to hear this. And I said, I don't like the content of this conversation, so either we change the subject or I don't want to talk anymore. The thing is that guys and men seem to be depleting the energy of women, of the feminine. I don't think they realize what they're doing. I don't think that they realize that they're draining and depleting. But the mere fact that they can talk about it in a way that's as if they're wearing it as a badge of honor is a big no for me. No, thank you. I don't want to talk about that. And so you, as the woman with this gorgeous, beautiful, vibrant, juicy, succulent, feminine energy, you are the one who really needs to take care of your energy. You are the one in charge of this body. You are the one in charge. You are the one who can set the boundaries, which we're going to talk about. You are the one who can set the tone. You've got to look at yourself. You've got to see that worth as a woman, to see that worth as the feminine energy, and really take it to the next level for the better, for yourself, to give yourself a higher standard. You are the one in charge. You are the one who takes the yeses, who takes the nos. You are the one who sets the bar, not him. So, draining and depleting you of your feminine energy is the worst thing. Allowing him to do that to you is the worst thing that you can do for yourself. The worst thing that you can do for your nervous system, for your energy, for anything about who you are as the woman, as the female, as that feminine energy that is so precious, that is so beautiful, that is so vibrant within us as a woman. You make the assessment. You set the standard. You set the bar. No one else should have the authority over your own person, over your own body. They're not going to treat it as the beautiful, precious person that you are. How can we do this? First, before we talk about the how, we're going to go on to the next thing. So the first depleting and draining person would be a man, a guy in your life. And it could be, maybe it's your boyfriend, maybe it's just a friend who is more than just a friend. And of course, maybe it could be even a situationship, right? Maybe it's not necessarily a relationship. Maybe you're not wearing a ring on your finger and they're not providing for you and they're not taking care of business for you. They're not taking care of you in a way that is financially stabilizing for you, for your body, for your person. And that is something that I really want to stress with you as the woman, as the feminine energy, to start to come back right here. Come back to yourself. Come back to you, because you are worthy. You are a woman and you have so many different facets of your life and so many different details of who you are that are so valuable. No one else has the value that your person, your body, your mind, your brain, your nervous system, your heart, your feelings. No one can match it. You are woman, and you were created in a way that is so precious, so beautiful, so flourishing, so full of vital energy and vitality and life force. We've got to protect that for ourselves. We've got to really look at ourselves and find that worth within, pull it up out, and really treasure that worth for yourself. That beautiful, vibrant person energy that you are, and really take a really hard look at what you're doing, how you are treating yourself, because this is where it starts. It starts right here. It starts with you. And you need to assess. You need to be the one to look at yourself and look at what you are doing, what you are allowing, and how even you treat you. Once you see how you treat you, then it will point to how others and how you allow others to treat you. So the second thing is going to be really preserving your body, not only with a guy, with a man, for his personal pleasures, maybe even your personal pleasures as well. I don't really want to say the other word, the the word with 3 letters in it, because it could be taken off of the channel. So I'm going to use personal pleasures, and you know what I'm talking about. It could be for you and it could be for both. It could be for, definitely it's going to be for him. How much of you are you going to allow for him to utilize for his own personal pleasures? Okay. So the next thing is moving into another sector of your life, which is going to be your work, your job, whatever it is you do to provide for yourself. What are you doing to protect your feminine energy? What are you doing that is possibly hurting your feminine energy? And what I mean by this is you can be overriding your nervous system. So when you look into what your nervous system is feeling and what your nervous system is doing, you're going to get to know what your body is feeling, and you're going to maybe feel tightness in your chest or in your belly, in your stomach, in your abdomen, whatever you want to call this region here, your belly, your abdomen, your stomach. You could feel tightness. You can feel tightness in your chest. Maybe you feel your breathing is getting shallow. Those are really good signs of your nervous system being put to the test, and we don't want to do that. It's taken so much time to get the nervous system calm and the nervous system into a state of a calm, steady, flowing rhythm where it's not disturbed, where it's not perturbed, where it's just able to stay calm. And of course, we're going to fluctuate. As a woman, we're going to fluctuate with our energy. We're going to fluctuate with our nervous system. But what is your baseline for your nervous system? And what is your baseline for your feminine energy too? And all of these things, I say them with so much love. And again, I'm your big sister. These are things that I've had to work on, and I'm still continuing to work on. And I want to share them with you. What do you do at work when you're asked to stay late? When you're asked to work on a project that you weren't expecting to be asked about? When you are asked to do something that is outside the scope of what you're supposed to be doing? What do you do in those moments? How do you treat those asks of you when you would really prefer to say no, but then you say yes? When you really are going right against what your body is saying. Maybe your body is saying, I want to go home and rest. Maybe your body is saying, I don't feel like staying late. Maybe your body is telling you, we need rest. We need downtime. We need something different. And then you hear the voice, you hear your voice say, sure, I'll stay late. Sure, I'll work on that project for you. Sure, I can do that. That is when, at that moment, it could be the point of no return, but it could also be a point where your nervous system is just saying, I don't want to do this. Let's not do this. This is not feeling good to me. All of those times, you want to catch those moments. You want to catch those times where you know you should have said no, but you said yes anyway. You are such a precious person. You are such a wonderful woman. Really start to look inward to yourself. Really start to look at your heart. Who are you? What do you stand for? And if you're not sure yet, then come back to you. Pull your energy back to yourself so you can get to know you, so you can get to know her. What do you need? What does your body need? What does your nervous system need from you? These are all things that you can ask yourself to really get to know what you need, who you are, what is making you feel better, what is making you feel good, what is making you feel happy. Those are things that are so important to take care of your feminine energy and to really take care of that life force that you have within you. So one of the things that we're going to cover is boundaries. And boundaries, I think, can be difficult for certain people, and they can be difficult to grasp and understand, and much more even to enforce. When it comes to the male, when it comes to the man, when it comes to a person of the opposite of who you are, so it could be a young man, a young guy, an older man, whatever the case may be, you know, we are the ones who set the standard. We are the ones, as the woman, as the female, as the feminine energy, we are the ones who set that standard. We are the ones who raise the bar. We're the ones who set the bar. They are not. This is yours. This is yours. Yours. They don't get to decide. They don't get to set the boundary. You get to set the boundary. You get to decide. You get to state what you need, what you'll allow, what you desire, what you want. So setting the boundaries can be like, no, I'm not interested in doing that. No, I'm saving myself for marriage, let's say. I actually have already been, I've been married. I am not married at this time. And I don't really think that there were necessarily any individuals who were pushing the limits with me, but at one time, there were so many interested parties, and it was just so intense for such a time after I became an unmarried person. After my divorce, there were so many different males, you know, reaching out and inviting me places and wanting to do different things, fun things, you know, things that I enjoy. But I really, and I did entertain some outings in a large group setting. There were a couple of times that I did do that, but it never got to where I had to state my standard, where I had to state where my bar was, which I was very grateful. I'm very thankful to God that I never, ever had to do that. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful about that. But once you have your posture set, once you have your thermostat set to wherever it is that you will allow someone to get to that point, and then it's like no further, I think that they can tell. I think that they can see that. And so they don't, I just never had to worry about that. I never had to experience that, and I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful. Sometimes the boundaries can be, I think, maybe difficult though for some, where it's like, no, thank you, I don't do that. I don't feel like that would benefit me at this time. Or again, saving yourself for marriage, or saving yourself maybe for a serious relationship, which I would never condone. I'm going to say that you're going to want to say, no, there is no situationship. There is no there's no such thing as girlfriend in my opinion. Either you're a fiance and you're going to be a wife, you are a wife, or you're just waiting and saving yourself for marriage until the right man comes along. So there is no girlfriendship time frame. There is no, we've been dating for 7 years and we're, oh, that's my fiance at year 14. Like that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. You're a woman, you are worthy, you are a precious person, a precious individual, a precious human being. That is not acceptable. There's no, he's my fiance for up 10 years and we just haven't said, no, we haven't set a wedding date. No, that's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Set your standards, set your boundaries, set them within yourself first. Get them solidified within yourself. Set the intention that you are absolutely saving yourself for marriage. You are not waiting around. You're not going to see, oh, maybe we can try this and see if it works out. I can be his girlfriend or he can be my boyfriend. No. If you're 47 years old and you're still calling a man your boyfriend, what is that? I know so many individuals where that's the case. Where the man is 54, and I know this as a personal experience, where the man I know is 54 and she's younger and he's still calling her his girlfriend. She's still calling him her boyfriend. What is that? That's not acceptable. Like, if you're together for 17 and a half years and you still haven't gotten engaged and she's not wearing a ring and you haven't set a wedding date, that's not a relationship. That's just absolutely, completely unacceptable in my book. And I feel that you should feel the same, because you are a precious woman, because you are a precious human, because your feminine energy and your heart, your mind, your person is so valuable and you are so worthy. You are the one who owns the standard. You are the one who sets the standard. That's the bottom line. You set the bar. I want to tell you a funny little thing that happened to me last summer. It wasn't funny at the time. I actually got a little triggered about it. But then I learned that it was okay, because it was not something that I would accept. And so, or rather, here's my standard, okay? This is my standard. So I was with a couple of friends of mine, and they were asking me about, dating and things like that. And in fact, they had invited me to a couple of different settings where there were several couples, and then there was me, and then there was, a man, not coupled with anyone. He wasn't coupled with anyone. I wasn't coupled with anyone either. And this happened a couple of different occasions. And so, but then there's 4 to 6 different other couples, and then there's just me and this other individual. But he's not coupled, and neither am I. But it just so happens that the way everything is set up, we end up sitting together, both these gentlemen and myself. Completely different occasions, different settings, different restaurant. One was a restaurant and one was a dining, like a lounge. It was a lounge. And so I just thought, this is I can kind of see what's going on here. And so I just let things unfold. I just stayed in my energy. I stayed in my feminine energy and just relaxed through the evening, placed my orders myself, and just let things unfold as they were to unfold. And then my friends, who are a couple, they've been married a few years now, they, at a different time frame, they asked me about, dating and stuff. And I just thought, well, first of all, the one friend was on his phone the whole time. He's their friend. He's their friend. I had never met him before, but his face was buried in the phone the whole time we were at dinner. And so I don't say anything. I'm having my dinner, my beverage of choice, and that's it, right? When it came to the other gentleman, very nice gentleman. He was not on his phone. He was not on his phone, but there was something that for that one, I think I was just not ready, and there was still a lot of healing on my part to do, and there was a lot of healing to do on his part as well. But I just don't think that he realized that, and he knew that, because he was much more in a hurry to get into a relationship than I was. So the husband of my friend, the couple, my friends, later at a different occasion said to me, the pool of men is it's getting pretty small for you there. And I thought, well, that's not a very nice thing to say when he first said it to me. And I really didn't make a response. I just felt like I'm staying within my own feminine energy, and I'm not going to respond to that. And as the months went by, I realized that through my own experiences, I want that pool to get smaller, because then you can see where the branches of the ones that you don't want get lopped off, so to speak. And so the ones that are in a hurry, and this one did end up getting married, the one that was sitting next to me, but I was completely uninterested. In fact, when he sat next to me, I was just, I don't know, maybe it wasn't very nice and welcoming. I just immediately, like, I had my legs cross-facing left, and then I just, I think about it now, and it makes me just it makes me giggle, because I could have been more welcoming to him. But what I did was I uncrossed my legs, and then I turned my body to the right, and then crossed my legs and was talking to my friend. And so I completely ignored him. I ignored him, but I feel like I don't have to be in a rush. I don't have to be in a hurry. And there was just something that he did as soon as he arrived. He was nice. He was very nice. Nice, good, really nice, tall, very tall, well over 6 feet tall. Just something that he did was very unimpressive to me. And so what he did was he took out this, I don't know, I didn't know what it was. I know it was a card. It was like probably a very fancy credit card that I've never seen, and I really didn't pay a lot of attention. I might be able to remember what it was. I don't know that I paid attention enough to be able to say, oh, it was this or that. I just know it wasn't just a normal run of the everyday type of a credit card, right? But he threw it on the table, like we were sitting in a lounge, so it was on a coffee table, at a coffee table type thing, and he like threw it on the table, like right in front of where I was sitting. Just like, I am not impressed. I don't know why he did that. I can imagine why he did that. So then there was comments made, oh, your fancy credit card, this and that and whatnot. And I thought, I'm not impressed. I'm not moved by that. And I thought, okay, well, if you're that impressive and you're trying to impress someone at this seating arrangement, buy my charcuterie board for me and my beverage of choice. If you're that impressive to yourself and to the other men in the group, then you can buy my board, my charcuterie board. And that didn't happen. And so I thought, there you go. So why would I be impressed? And maybe that was the point, was that should she get impressed with my card and ask about the card, or wow, look at you, whatever, maybe that would have moved the person to buy my charcuterie board and my glass of wine. But that's not how it went. And so I just watched what he did. I observed. I never said a word. I didn't blink, bat, or flinch. And so were they looking for a reaction? Were they looking for some sort of praise? Like, I don't know what that was about. I just know that to me, that was completely unimpressive and it was completely uncalled for. And so I'm the one who sets the standard. Like, I don't need to make a comment. And maybe I could have. When I've seen another woman around this exact same person, they're impressed by the fact that he is in the aviation sector of work, and he is, I don't know, maybe he is even a pilot, maybe he has his own airplane, I don't know. I know that he is very involved, and his line of work is actually through aviation, and he might have his own plane. I don't know, but I know that this other woman is very much like, oh, I would love to hang out with you sometime, and I would love to go and do something fun with you, and I'd love to go to, so and so outing with you, without this person even asking or inviting. And so maybe that is just something that they're used to, where girls, women, will be impressed by their, throwing the card on the table, and I'm not impressed by that. And so you're the one who sets that standard. You're the one who decides what you will accept and what you will not accept. You're the one. And so let me get these here to find my other here's what I wanted to mention about my friend when he said that the pool of men was getting smaller and smaller for me for the dating scene for myself. That's okay. That's okay, because the right one will be there. The wrong ones will fall away. And that's something that you really need to look at for yourself. The right one will stay, the wrong ones will fall away. And that's what you want. You want to be able to see who is the right one, the correct one, and who are all the ones that fall away. Okay? So the one who threw the card on the table, it didn't take long. I'm not sure, maybe another year and a half, I don't remember. ended up, meeting someone, and then within a few months they were married, and good for them. I'm very happy. It would not have worked for me because one, the age difference, there was a little bit of an age difference. Two, I'm not impressed. And I know there was some other point, and I don't remember what that was. Yes, I remember there was something that he had engaged in, just some really fun, silly things that we would do as a group, like in a large group together. And there was one, I think there were two different occasions where they had invited me to join the group and go. It's a several nights, maybe 3 or 4 nights of an outing. And, there's four-wheeling involved and different activities, hiking and things like that. But there was something that was taking place with the four-wheeling that I didn't feel that I would have been comfortable with. And even with the hiking as well, there was something that they were doing that I completely immediately just thought, no, I don't want to be part of that. And it was after the fact. I learned about all these details after the fact, and I thought, you know what? I am so glad that I didn't go. For whatever reason, I wasn't able to go. One of the times I was out of town with my parents, actually, and then there was another time I had decided I didn't want to go, and there was so many of these individuals, so many of these different guys that were like together. There was like at least three guys that were, like doing fun stuff together, and a lot of our other friends too. Sometimes there can be up to 22, 25 different individuals on these different outings, and I'm happy to join them, and I have joined them at other times, but there are just certain ones that I don't, and I'm just really glad once I find out all the details of the inside story. I'm like, no, I'm so glad that I didn't go. So it makes me happy. And so when my friend said that your pool is getting smaller, because he could see, he's observing me. He's introduced me to these friends of his and his wife, my friend. And I'm not in a hurry, and I feel like when that right one comes along, it's going to happen in a way that I don't even expect. I don't even know. I don't know when it's going to happen. And it's just going to be like, I feel like something's going to happen, like there's going to be thunder, or the ground's going to shake it for a moment, or it's going to be something that is going to be so incredible and so phenomenal in the moment that I'm just not expecting it. And that's okay for me, because I'm not in a hurry, and I don't need to have as many of these guys and men that were, inviting me on different outings and trips and different things over the course of a good about 3 years. I was just not. I just had, one was very persistent, another one was maybe medium-sized persistent, and then another one was still another bit of persistent. And I just thought, you know what, you're just not doing what you need to do to be able to capture my attention. To capture my attention takes a whole lot more than just throwing a credit card on a table. It takes a whole lot more of attention, of a detail, of putting my worth so exponentially much more than what I could do myself. And so if that's not happening, one was saying, text me, call me. Excuse me? You want me to text you? You want me to? No. That one was a definite, like, do not, just stay away. Completely stay away from me. And so you set the standard. You set the bar. You're the one in charge and you're the owner of who you are. So let's see what else I wanted to talk about. So setting the boundaries with the man, and then setting the boundaries even with your job, is going to be so vibrant for yourself, so vibrant for your health, so vibrant for who you are and for what you can do and what you stand for yourself. It is your feminine energy that is so precious and so powerful. You have so much at your fingertips with your feminine energy. Have you ever walked into a room with 50 people and you just know you feel confident, you feel good, you feel happy, you feel strong from within, you feel at peace, you feel calm. You're not in a rush, you're not in a hurry. You are really, really in charge of your feminine energy. You are really feeling your best within, and that is so powerful. You can just feel, the eyes and the different individuals, and you're not doing it in a way that is where you are seeking out the attention. It just so happens that the attention just comes to you. You attract that attention without even wanting it, without even knowing that you're attracting it, without even asking to attract it. You don't have to. You're so sure within yourself. You're so steady within your feminine energy that you are not doing anything but just being you. And that is so beautiful. That is so powerful. And so I really wanted to share this information. Really keep yourself free of anyone who is rushing you, anyone who is in a hurry to have you do something for him. I see so many. I was not going to mention this, but I want to mention this. I see so many. They're really disturbing to me. And I'm trying to remember where I saw. I'm trying to remember where I was this has literally just been in the last few days. I was somewhere and I saw, I wish I could remember. Oh, yes. I went to grab something to eat. That's where it was. And I was sitting at my table waiting to be called for my order. And as I'm waiting, I'm sitting at my table, but then a girl and a guy walk in, and they're standing off to the side waiting for their order to be called as well, their number. And I don't know, I didn't really hear him say anything because I was, a few feet away, but I think I remember maybe like through the peripheral vision, I maybe saw him motion to her, like, go, whatever, do something, whatever. And so then she went and got like the condiments, and then she went and got him a drink of water. I was like, no, stop, don't do that. He was actually on the side closer to the water fountain than she would have been, which was nothing, was maybe one step. But that's something so minimal that he can do for himself. But he motioned for her to go get whatever it was, and then she came back with the water, and then she came back with the condiments. And then when their order was called, their number was called, she was the one who went and got the order. She was the one who was carrying everything. And I thought, there is something seriously wrong with this picture. And, you know, he can do and say and be whatever he wants and whatever he pleases, but it's you as a woman, as a feminine energy, who sets the standard, who sets the bar, who says what you will accept and what you will allow. It's not him. He can say, go do this, go do that, go get me this, go get me that. Where is your boundary? Are you setting a boundary? She was not setting a boundary. And so she's trying to carry everything with, and he's not doing any, he's not carrying anything. Maybe he was carrying his cup of water. I think it was maybe the cup of water. I've seen women at the grocery store. They're pushing the cart. They're carrying things. They've got a baby on their hip. They've, you know, maybe pushing a stroller, and he's not doing anything. And that is just, girls, ladies, women, you are the woman. You set the standard. You set the bar. What will you allow? What will you accept? Hear me, please, when I say these words. You are the feminine energy. You are the woman. You are so powerful. You are so wonderful. And you are so created in such a beautiful way that you are worthy. Men are strong. Men are tough. Men can do, pull, push, be, doing completely all of these things. Preserve your energy. Preserve who you are. Preserve yourself. You will eliminate so much stress. You will eliminate so much heartache and headaches and maybe even pain in your body if you will just rest in your feminine energy. Allow a moment to just be. Allow yourself to just be. Just be. Just breathe. Allow him to go get his cup of water. Allow him to go get the order. Whatever the case is, whatever it is that you're doing, allow the man to do for you. You be the one to step back. You be the one to breathe. You be the one to rest. And the resting isn't necessarily you're going to go and lie down and take a nap kind of rest. The resting is just in knowing, I'm here, I'm right here, I'm resting. I'm sitting in a chair. I have my notes and I'm just resting. I'm not doing, I'm not pushing, and I'm not grinding and hustling, as they say. I'm just resting and giving some very valuable information here and tips and some different tools and teaching you some skills. And I'm resting. I'm not hustling. I'm not hurrying. And I'm not trying to prove to anyone anything. And so, especially in those moments and in those times where there were so many different individuals that were asking me and inviting me and setting things up for me. There was a beautiful trip set up for me at one point in time where 17 of us went up to a beautiful, gorgeous place here in the state where I live, and we had a wonderful time. And it was 4 days of just beautiful hiking and breathtaking views and just a beautiful time. And everyone had their accommodations, everyone took their own vehicles, and there were some, that were together in their vehicles and stuff. Mostly families, though. There's like a really big family that joined us in this. But it was a guy who set it up, and he asked me. He said, "Do you like to do this?" And I said, "Yes, I love that. That's my favorite thing to do in my spare time." And so he set this trip up, and you know, um, even where I stay, where my where I parked my vehicle, it was a huge area where we were, and he actually set up his station, um, kind of, maybe not, it was kind of directly, but maybe a little off to the left there, across a path from me. But I'm just resting, you know, and so I, with that individual, I ended up moving through. I want to say it was maybe 2.5 years, possibly close to 3 years, and I moved through those days and weeks and months, and turned into years. And there was a lot of niceness and a lot of happiness and smiles and things like that. But it was never a specific, Rebecca, would you like to go on a date with me? Would you like to go to dinner? There was like invitations, kind of like through friends and even through his mother, which was really cute and interesting too. But it was never a direct, other than the trip that was planned, and he did set that up with 16 of our other friends and family and stuff, which was really fun. It was really beautiful. I had a wonderful time, but it was never like, this is what it is. Will you be my girl? Will you be my whatever? It just never came to that. And so, as I was saying earlier, like, time can pass, and had I kept engaging in, small conversations here and there, and a text message here and there, it could still have been going on even after a few years. And I was like, no, no, because there's no effort other than setting up this trip, and maybe, hey, would you like to come to lunch with us? Getting another group together for lunch and things like that. There was no definitive something that's going to happen, something that's taking place where it's like, you're specifically with me and I want you to be with me. That never took place. And so I'm very proud and very happy that it didn't, because that was just one of those that fell away. It was one of those that just organically fell away, and it was the best feeling because it wasn't the right one and it wasn't the right time. There was a lot of healing to be done for myself, and that's one thing I want to encourage you, is that if you're going through a breakup, if you're going through a divorce at this time, do not be in a rush. Do not be in a hurry to try to find that next individual, that next person in your life, that next man, that next guy. You've got to take some time to heal. I wasn't even planning to say that, but you've got to take some time for you. You've got to take some time to get yourself to a point where you can feel good, where you can feel happy within yourself, where you can feel so balanced within yourself and within your energy. You have to come to that point. You have to come to that realization, and you will be the one to know when that is. It's been actually a few years now, and I'm just now feeling where I can feel that steadiness, where I can feel that balance on the balance beam, that I'm feeling like I can do this. And I feel like I've come to a point where I've healed in a place where I can share now with you, and I can give you my experiences to help you to show you, to teach you the skills and the strategies and give you the tools to move forward in your own life so that you can make those good, solid, strong, foundational decisions for yourself, where you can set those standards very high, where you can set the bar very high for yourself, for your body, for your nervous system to be happy, to be at rest, to be able to move through life with a happy, steady feeling for yourself, for your mind, for your heart, for your body. And I mean, that's what I want to do. I want to share all those things with you so that you can understand that I was through it and I'm on the other side now. I am now able to share it with you, to share it with others, to teach you that you can be that woman who sets those standards and sets the bar high. And it's okay. If they fall away, it's okay. Because there will be the right one. He will come along one day. He will. You just have to be patient and just move through your life. Live your life. Do what you love. Do what makes you happy. Do what brings you joy. What is helping you to share joy, happiness, smiles, love with other women, other people in your life. Take up a hobby. Do something you love. Do something that makes you happy. Create something. Find something that will use your time wisely for yourself. Do not give your beautiful, precious time and feminine energy to a man who is not going to commit, to a man who is only going to drain you and deplete you of your energy. Do not give them that access to your beautiful feminine energy. And I say that with so much love because I had other experiences where there were two other experiences where that was the case, where and of course the one was I was actually married to him for a very long time, but he just took my energy from me. He depleted me, he drained me of my energy, and it took me to a place of unhealthy life, unhealthy body, unhealthy being. And I've shared this in other videos where it takes you to the point of stress. It takes you to the point of where you need to search for help to take care of you. And I do not want that for you. I do not want to see you in that state. I've been through it. I've recovered from it. There has been a restoration through it. And it's very depleting and very draining of your life force energy. And I want to see you do so much more with your life and become so much more for yourself, for you, for who you are, for who you're going to be. That's what I want for you. And that's why I want to share these things with you so that you can learn what you can do to make it better for yourself. My name is Rebecca, and this is The Calm Within. You can find me on Spotify, The Calm Within with Rebecca podcast. And I appreciate you joining me today on my channel. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button. I would really love that. Please share this with another woman, with other women, with friends, neighbors, sisters, cousins, aunts, nieces. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I appreciate your time, and I want to see you really do a feminine energy assessment on yourself. See what you need to do to make your feminine energy shine even brighter and feel even better about you, about your feminine energy, and just make your life all around better. Raise the bar, raise the standards, You're the one in charge. You are the owner. Bye for now.